Hey, howdy partners. Say, you know what? I was just sitting here thinking, maybe you folks are like me. Maybe you got the same problem I've got. You know, you're afraid of flying. You're not crazy about airplanes. Well, that describes me to a T, and maybe it describes you too. I mean, I get the shakes and the jitters and the twitters every time I think about getting on one of those mechanical birds. But folks, I got to tell you, I got myself into one heck of a mess here. I got myself into one heck of a mess. You know what? The man that I work for, he loves those airplanes. Oh, I mean, he flies all over the place. He must have 9 or 10 of them. He's a very rich fellow. He must have 9 or 10 airplanes. So he calls me not too long ago and he says, Art, my boy, you're one of my best workers, and I want you to come down here to Texas and celebrate my birthday with me. See, I'm having a great big wing ding, going to have about 250 people right out in my backyard on the ranch, and I want them to meet you because you've been such a good worker for me all these years. Say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fly up north there and get you myself and fly you right down here to Texas in one of my own personal planes. I said, whoa, Mr. Murdoch. I said, oh, no, there's no need to do that. I said, no, no, no. I said, I'm so appreciative of the fact that you appreciate all that I've done for you and my good work and all that. But I said, no, there's no need for you to fly your plane up north and get me and fly me to Texas. He said, what do you mean, boy? I said, this is what I want to do. Say, you'll be thrilled. I mean, you'll be thrilled out of your mind. I said, oh, whoa, wait a minute, Mr. Murdoch. I said, like I said, I appreciate you thinking about me like that, but see, I don't fly. I don't care a thing about getting on those airplanes. He says, you don't fly. I said, what's wrong with you? What do you mean you don't fly? Everybody flies. I said, oh, no, 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 Mr. Murdoch, not me. I don't fly. I don't care. He's all hogwash. I said, boy, I'm coming up to get you. Say, I'm coming up to get you, and I'm going to fly you to Texas, and we're just going to have ourselves one wing ding of a good time down here. So that's all there is to it. Let's not discuss it anymore. Said, I'll come and get you when I get ready. Now, so you be ready, boy. Oh, well, let me tell you, folks, I have got quite a problem. It looks like I'm stuck. Looks like I gotta fly to Texas with the boss in his own plane. And oh, like I said, it gives me the shakes and the twitters and the jitters just thinking about it. So I've been talking to my friends. I said, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And so they've all come up with suggestions. One of them said, you know, Art, you ought to get one of those deck of cards that tell your fortune. Said, by Jove, I bet that'll do it. So get you one of those deck of cards and just read some of those cards and see what's in your future, and you'll know if you're going to be all right on that plane ride. All right, I went out and got myself one of those decks of cards. I most certainly did right here. And so I started peeling off the cards. I peeled off card number 1, and it said, there will be some new excitement in your life. Well, I got to thinking about that. I said, no, wait a minute. If I'm going to get on an airplane, I don't want no new excitement. Just getting on the plane is enough excitement for me. I don't need any more excitement than that. No. So I didn't like card number 1. So you know what I did? I flipped that one over. I went to card number 2, and it said, there will be a sudden change in your life. I said, well, wait a minute on that too. I said, if I'm going to get on an airplane, that's change enough for me. I don't want any more change than that. I mean, who knows what that change might be? Just leave it alone. So I didn't like card number 2. So I went on to card number 3. And that card said, many new things are coming your way. Well, I got to thinking about that. I said, now, what the heck does that mean? Suppose I'm up in the air in that mechanical bird and I'm just a whizzing through the clouds, and suppose many new things start coming my way, like many new planes, and we start meeting those planes, and there's not enough room up there for all of us, and somebody's got to get out of the way. I said, oh, wait a minute. I don't want any new things coming my way. So I didn't like card number 3. So I went on to card number 4. And card number 4 said, keep looking around. You will be surprised at what you see. Well, if I'm up in a plane and I'm looking around, I'm not going to see a darn thing but some clouds, right? Probably the sky. And I don't want to be surprised at what I see up there in the air. I don't want no surprises up there. You hear what I mean? And so I threw the cards away. I said, oh, to heck with that. I said, no, these cards aren't doing me any good. They're making me more scared than I already was. So another friend said, you know what, Art? You ought to go to a palm reader. I said, a palm reader? He said, yeah, go to one of those women that can read your palm and tell you what's in your future. I said, I don't know anything about something like that. He said, oh yeah, said, there's a good one in this town. Said her name is Mama Louise. I said, Mama Louise, please. He said, yeah, boy. Said, Mama Louise is a good one. Said, she's a good one, she'll tell your future. Said, come on, I'll take you myself. So by Jove, I figured, hey, I got nothing to lose, and I'm scared. I need some good advice. So I went on with my friend, and we went over to see Mama Louise. Now, we go to this real dark little place, and we have a seat on the floor, and behind these curtains, a light suddenly comes on, and here's this lady saying, come on back, come on back. All right. So I went on back. She says, have a little seat there. So I sat down. She says, let me feel your hand. So I stuck out my hand. She plays with my hand a while, rubbing it and feeling it and going on. She says, I'm not getting any strong vibrations. She said, let me hold something personal, like a watch or something. So I gave her my watch. And she rubs the watch, jiggles it and dangles it and goes on. She said, I'm still not getting any strong vibrations. She said, I don't know what I should do here. Said, maybe I should take off your hat and rub your head. I said, oh, wait a minute, ma'am. I said, this is just getting a little bit too complicated here. I said, can't you tell me something at all? She said, well, let me get my beads and see if they forecast the future for you. So she got her beads, and boy, she just played with the beads, and she shook them, and she shook them, and she wiggled them, and jingled and jangled them, and all that kind of stuff. And then she says, all I can tell you is relax, and you'll be all right. Well, that didn't tell me a whole heck of a lot. That didn't tell me a whole heck of a lot. It didn't make me feel especially good either. But she says, trust me, just relax, and everything will be all right. And she said, that'll be $20, please. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. But I looked over at my friend, and he says, pay her. So I paid her. Oh, my goodness gracious, we got out of that darn place, and I didn't feel any better than when I went. I said, oh, this isn't going to do. I said, I got to have something better than this. So another friend said, you know what? Say you need a lucky rabbit's foot, and you need a 4-leaf clover. Say, come on with me. Say, we're going to go somewhere and find you a lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover. Well, by Jove, would you believe we traipsed all over this city for 3 or 4 hours looking for a rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover? I mean, we didn't care if it was real, phony, what. We would have taken it. We didn't find anything. We didn't find any rabbit's foot, no 4-leaf clover. So he says, I got an uncle. He goes hunting a lot. Say, I bet you he's got a real rabbit's foot. Say, I'll get you one. So my friend comes back to me the next day, and he had a rabbit's foot. He says, here's your good luck charm. I said, where'd you get it? He said, I got it from my uncle. Said, he don't need it no more. Said, he was hunting yesterday, and he had an accident and shot his foot off. So he can't walk anymore. He can't hunt anymore. So he don't need the rabbit's foot. So he gave it to me to give to you. So here's your good luck. I said, oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. I said, thanks a lot, but no thanks. I said, I just don't think I want a rabbit's foot from your uncle, and he just shot his own foot off. Oh, no, no. I said, thanks a lot. So another friend said, you know what, Art? Say you ought to take a test ride in an airplane. Say you ought to go out to the airport and get somebody to take you up in the wild blue yonder for a little test ride, and that will alleviate all of your fears. I said, well, you know, you might have something there. So I went out to the airport. I said, is there anybody around here with a plane that can just give me just a little bitty test ride? Because I'm scared of riding in planes, but I got to take a long trip with somebody, and I just want a little bitty test ride to kind of build up my courage. I said, is there anybody at the airport who would do that for me? And the man says, why, sure, we got somebody. So he gets on the phone and makes a call. And he says, you wait there about 15 minutes, and the pilot would be here. Well, I waited, read some magazines, sat there. I was just as calm as I could be. Pretty soon, the pilot walks through the door and says, is it you that wants to take a test ride? And I looks up, and here's this lady. She's kind of small. She's wearing glasses as thick as I don't know what, and she's chewing tobacco. And she says, I'm one of the best pilots around. Said, I'm going to give you a wing-ding of a ride. Oh, I was scared. But I had to hold up my manhood there and be brave. So I went with her. And we got on her plane. And she gave me a little ride. And oh, this lady was incredible. She was good. She fooled me. She was good. She kind of built up my courage. She did all kind of little things. She says, now, when we got back on the ground, she says, now, wasn't that encouraging? Didn't that make you feel a lot safer? I said, well, you know, you may be right. I said, that wasn't too bad. She said, you want to go again? I said, oh, no, I don't think I want to go again. She said, all right. She said, that'd be $25. I said, oh, here we go again with more money. Well, I didn't mind paying her $25 because I felt that she had done something pretty good for me. So I paid her the $25. And so the other night, I got a real good sleep. And the boss called again. He says, Art, my boy, I'll be on my way in a few days. And so I reckon he will. But I got to tell you, folks, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling that courage coming now. I'm going to go down out of Texas, and I'm going to have myself, like they were saying, a wing-ding of a good time. And I'll let you all know about it when I get back. And I feel sure, folks, I feel lucky. I feel like when I say when I get back, that's exactly what I mean. I'll let you all know about my great trip to Texas when I get back. So long, partners.
Join Tangella and I every Saturday night for Creature Features, right here on CATV.
Russia withdrew from that part of Ukraine and now is concentrating primarily on Donbas, so we must continue to provide